So welcome to my YouTube channel. I am doing this the night before because I've already shot some videos, but I wanted to do a little bit of an introductory video first. So I will be posting this on my birthday. It's chapter 29. Yee. Really excited for it. Yeah, so I'm starting this new journey. Kind of the purpose of this YouTube channel is to kind of follow along in my journey. I will be matching into family medicine, God willing, in March, which is only a couple days or a couple months away. March 21st is match day, so looking forward to that. I will be finding out where I'll be going and training for at least 3 years. Minus fellowship, so because I believe I would want to specialize a little bit further and go into fellowship. Not sure what yet, but I'm leaning to sports medicine. We'll see. But regardless of all that, because y'all will learn more about that as I'm like trucking along on my journey. But the point of this is not only for my journey, but also to talk about, you know, some health and lifestyle things, fitness, diet, things like that. Kind of what I'm doing for my health, trying to inspire others to be their best self, particularly in the health sphere. I am a newly graduated, at least, well, it's been a little over a year now. God. It's been, because I think, let's see, I graduated in December of 2023. So I am a newly graduated medical doctor. Yay. So I'm currently working as a simulation technician at a hospital. Kind of a little bit about that. I, help with simulations at the hospital. So for anybody who's not familiar with medicine and everything, we run simulations to teach medical students, to teach residents, to teach nursing personnel how to handle certain situations, right? So we do case scenarios to where the residents can come in and talk to mock patients, which are basically actors that are giving them different scenarios so they can practice how to handle different patients, whether it's, going in and giving bad news or dealing with an angry patient, different things like that. It sharpens their clinical knowledge, their history taking skills, all of that. Outside of that, we also do suture classes to teach basics of suturing to medical students mostly. And let's see, we do code blue simulations, which is really cool because we have a whole simulation mannequin for that. Yeah, so there's a lot of different things that we do at the Sim Center. And so as a technician, I support whatever's needed, whether it's, making different, I make suture pads, helping in the simulations, whether it's pushing the baby through the canal in our vaginal delivery simulation. What else? I also do quality improvement projects. Yeah, so several different things. And then outside of my job with that, but I'm still doing it with the hospital, I'm also doing a community outreach project. So I'm partnered with a couple of different medical students. But me and one other medical student had started it back in July of last year. And what we do with that, I'm super passionate about it and excited about it. So I won't give location details, but the hospital where I work at is in an underserved area, right? So we realized, because I did a lot of my rotations, electives, and core rotations at the hospital, and I realized at the time when I was going that patients had an education gap, right? So you would get patients coming in that would be saying things for example, well, I haven't taken my high blood pressure medications because, I don't have a headache or something like that. But really, you don't want to be waiting until you have the headache to be taking your high blood pressure medications, because that's further down the line, and that means it's really, really bad at that point. So just realizing that education gap, because a lot of times people don't know, right? Like, they don't know why they're taking the medication, or sometimes even how to take it properly. But even outside of medication, a lot of times you'll see education gaps with people in their health. So what we kind of thought of was to get out into the community and bring the education to them before people are coming into the hospital. So we started by going into different community events. We started at a local barbershop, and the barbershop holds like an annual event, and we set up a table, and on this table we have, educational brochures and flyers on like diabetes education, high blood pressure education. We had, different diet changes that they can make, as well as like some local resources to get them primary care doctors, to get, some help with financing if they don't have insurance, as well as, local resources. Like, we have a senior fitness program in the area as well. So different things like that we get to educate them on. What else? We also bring them to do like a blood pressure screening, so where, we do blood pressures right there, kind of brings people to the table, and we give them like a write-up if they want it of their blood pressures we took that day, so they can take it to their primary care doctor. Kind of like, ask them if they're taking medication, and if they're taking it properly, kind of check in on that with them. But it's just, little ways, to try to help the community with the education portion. And we've also been taking surveys with this community outreach. I think we've gotten like somewhere like 130 surveys or something like that. We're still working on getting the surveys. Of course, over the holidays, things slow down. It's cold, snowy out, been a little bit more difficult to get surveys and get out in the community, but we're, ramping that back up. So yeah, good things that I'm excited about. But with that, so I outlined what I'm doing with that and kind of what I'm passionate about in community medicine and patient education. And I'm saying that to say, like, that's kind of my goal in the next few years. Not just with residency. I want to continue serving the community that I'm in wherever I go to residency at. In a similar, position. But then also after residency, like, I'm looking, 3-4 years down the road after residency and fellowship, I would also like to own my own practice, kind of doing the same thing, but on a bigger scale, because, I guess getting a little bit more personal, but it also drives me is not only the patients that I've seen that's had these education gaps, but I've also experienced it personally with, my uncle passing a few years ago, and just how he passed from COVID exacerbated diabetes, and just, realizing him not taking his medication and such, and why he wasn't taking the medication, just not knowing, about his health and how things work and why you need to take the medication, and how we can do things to even start reversing the diabetes through lifestyle medicine and such, which is, again, I'm very passionate about this. And so I will be doing family medicine, yes, but I'll also be working on getting a second board certification in lifestyle medicine along the way, as well as working in the community and doing all these things so that I can work up to having my own community center, exercise clinic type thing when I graduate. So that's the plan, and that's actually why I'm doing this with my YouTube channel and, the different social media outlets, to try to, help people along the way as I'm getting there. whether it's, to help people in health or even to help people that are, along the same road in medicine. I can't really do very much for people who are like in nursing school, or I don't know very much about that. But I do know about the medical school route, pre-med route. So even if I can give a little insight into that to help people, because that's what I'm here for, So yeah, that's kind of the plan with this channel. If y'all have anything specific, questions you want to ask, or like any video ideas, let me know. Like I said, I've still been recording videos several times throughout the year in 2024, so I have some videos in the backlog that I'm going to be posting over time. But I could also do other topics and everything. So yeah, look forward to that, as well as some book reviews, because I am an avid reader. Most of them will be on self-help stuff, self-improvement stuff, because I do think that again, all of that goes into health and wellness and improving yourself. Looking forward to it. Trying to work out a schedule to make sure I'm keeping up with y'all and y'all keeping up with me. But yeah, y'all have a fantastic evening or night or morning or afternoon or whenever you see this. And I will talk to you later, loves.